Thursday night, I went to bed, and I said, I'm not going to sleep until after midnight. All right. I just want to be able to wake up and say happy birthday to myself. I praise and honor the Lord for being here. Giving honor to my pastor and first serving all the saints of God. I just thank God for letting me see another year. All right. I've had some illness this year, the past few months.
That's right.
It just looked like I couldn't make it at all. But I just kept giving God the glory. Telling him all is well done. Yesterday, what did we practice, ladies?
Yesterday.
We were practicing, and they weren't saying anything to me. I said, well, everybody's forgotten that Mom, Dad is 97 years old, so I did a little praise dance myself.
For just being with us, Lord. We thank you for your presence on the day. We thank you for what you're doing, what you're going to do, for what you're already doing. We thank you right now for your hand touch, Lord. We thank you for deliverance. We thank you for saving us. We thank you right now, Lord, that you're just God and God all by yourself. We thank you because you're just so worthy, Lord. Lord, you're so worthy. You're worthy right now. We thank you. Lord, we praise and magnify you, Master, that you just bless us. Bless everyone under the sound of my voice. As I step back, Lord, we ask that you step forward, Lord. In your name, Jesus, we thank you right now. We thank you. We thank you. Hallelujah. Glory to your name. Amen and amen. Giving honor to God who's the head of my life. Saved and sanctified me, filled me with his precious gift of the Holy Ghost. We thank God for all he has done in my life. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. I wouldn't have my right mind if it wasn't for him. I wouldn't be able to move if it wasn't for him. Amen? Amen. We have something to be thankful for. I don't care what kind of day that you are having, you always have something to thank God for. Because God is good all the time, and all the time God is all right. All the time he is good. Subject today is get to know Jesus. From Luke 19. 1 through 9. Well, 10. Let's read the whole thing. When you have it, say amen. May I ask everyone to stand for the word of God. And it's not because I want to expostulate. I won't. I'll read it all the way through. You have to say amen. 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 Verse 1. And Jesus entered and passed through Jericho. And behold, there was a man named Zacchaeus, which was the chief among the publicans, and he was rich. And he sought to see Jesus, who he was, and could not for the press, because he was little of stature. And he ran before and climbed up into a sycamore tree to see him, for he was to pass that way. And when Jesus came to the place, he looked up and saw him and said unto him, Zacchaeus, make haste and come down, for today I must abide at thy house. And he made haste and he came down and received him joyfully. And when they saw it, let me read that again. And when they saw it, they all murmured, saying that he was going to be guests with a man that is a sinner. And Zacchaeus stood and said unto the Lord, Behold, Lord, the half of my goods I give to the poor. And if I have taken anything from any man by false accusation, I restore him fourfold. And Jesus said unto him, This day is salvation come to this house, for so much as he also is a son of Abraham. For the Son of Man is come to seek and to save that which was lost. Amen. To know Jesus. First thing is, how do you get to know anyone? How do you get to know anyone? First of all, you have to spend time. You have to sit. Now, I'm going to just be honest with you. You don't know nobody at church, usually. Because you don't get real comfortable. You don't get to sit down and let your hair down. You don't get to talk about everything about yourself. You meet on common ground when you're outside in your house or in somebody else's house. You become friends, and when they don't talk about you like, or they just accept you for who you are. So you become friends. Because I know things about you. You know things about me. You know the buttons to push to get me upset. I know the buttons that push to get you upset. So I can't just step on you because you're my friend. So this is how we get to know one another. We spend time, we talk, we converse. So now Jesus is saying, come. Right now, so many of us, he is telling, it's time that I abide in your house. Yes. And the house is not the house that we think. My wife and I have remodeled inside our house and everything. And that really is not the house that needs to be worked on. I need some remodeling done on myself. I'm not going to talk about nobody else. I'm going to talk about me right now. I need some help in some areas of my life. The house that he is talking about is the house that you live in, which is your body. There's so many things that are going on inside, and you know, one of my issues for a long time, but I don't have the problem anymore. I'm just saying. But one of them was self-righteousness, because I never really did anything wrong. I never was really out there. I never was this, so I'm good. I can make it like this.
All right.
I don't do things. I go to church. I do this and I do that. I do the right things. I do. And it was just all an act.
Well,
It was just all an act. But then, Jesus one day said, it's time that I abide in your house. I had to turn around and get to know him after I accepted him and allowed him to come into my house. He began to say, you know what, we need to fix this. We need to remodel a little bit. You got an attitude problem. No, I don't have an attitude problem. I don't have a temper. And he finally let me show myself to me. You ever seen a commercial that says that that egg, this is, you know, this is the egg, you break the egg, and this is your egg on, this is your brain on crack and all that mess. He brought that same thing. This is you without me. Not necessarily drugs, but this is you without me. You're broken. You messed up. There is some stuff, even though you haven't done that, even though you haven't been there, even though you don't think like that, you don't walk like that, but there is some things that you still do. There's some things that you need to correct. If you want me to abide in your house, and how many of us sometimes, I just don't feel like it. I'm just talking about the natural house. I know my wife and I, we don't get that messy. And it's just the two of us. But sometimes we look at it and say, you know what, I get that tomorrow. And one of the things we remodeled, she said she wanted all new appliances. That's fine. We have a refrigerator, stove, and a microwave. But she added one thing, I want a dishwasher. What do you need a dishwasher for? You got two. You got two dishwashers. She said, we got two. I said, yeah, you and me. But nevertheless, we got the dishwasher for her. So. But the thing is that sometimes you ought to have enough within yourself to clean up. That means spiritually too. We have to watch ourselves, how we act. And when we don't have the right attitude about certain situations that we already know that we should not have, we need to do something else. If Jesus is going to live with us, if Jesus is going to walk with us, if Jesus is going to stay with us, if he's going to abide with us, there's some things we just got to straighten up. The first thing, the second thing after this, after we realize the problem that we have, now we need to seek. Zacchaeus. Now, my thought, my spiritual imagination is he heard that Jesus was coming. Now, he done heard about the things that Jesus have done. He done heard about all the miracles he has done. He's heard how he has been teaching him. He heard it from somebody else. So it piqued his interest. I want to know who this man is. In other words, it's kind of like we see when Fred Hammond come close around here, Yolanda Adams, Kim Burrell and all of them. You know, I know a little bit about them. They can sing. So I want to go see him. So I'm thinking, and this is my imagination, that he felt the same way. Is that I want to see this man. He wanted to see him so bad, and you know, that's what we have to do. We have to want to see Jesus so bad. We need to see Jesus so bad. it became necessary for him to see Jesus. But since he was short, nothing against short folks, but you just can't see over the crowd. You just can't see through the crowd. You have to do something else, and he just did that. He pushed through and ran far ahead of everybody else, and then got a place where he was going to see Jesus. God is a rewarder of those that diligently seek him. In other words, it becomes more important than anything else. Diligently, I'm going to find a way to do this. You know how we do sometimes. I'm going to go to this concert. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it.
Yes, sir.
I ain't got the money now, but I'm going to come up with it somehow. I'm going to see where I'm going to see. But in Jesus, he said, I got to see Jesus.
My Lord Jesus.
And after you seek, now you're not seeking Jesus now for a hand. You're not seeking to find out what's my blessing, what's my future going to be like, what's this. But you trying to get to know Jesus. You trying to seek his face. In other words, I want to know him. There's a difference in knowing Jesus and knowing Jesus.
All right.
That's just like me. When I go somewhere and play, I know you. You do. What's your name? All they know is that I play saxophone and my name, and that's it. And this was all that Zacchaeus knew, was that he heard about Jesus. This is why it's so important for us to lift up Jesus. Lift up Jesus so that people want to inquire, who is this man? Who is this that changed your life? That made turnaround in your life? That took care of you while you should have been crying, but you still walking and smiling. Who? We should lift Jesus up at all times. That way he can draw all men unto him. When we don't talk, and when we don't lift up Jesus, who's going to do it? We were put down here, we was created to praise. We were created to praise God, to give him glory. Because there's nothing that in my life that I ever done on my own. You sitting there because God allowed you to sit. You sitting there with eyesight, Joe. I never really thought about breathing until I couldn't breathe. I never, because I don't mess around with my lungs, because I love playing my saxophone, and I know that you can't do a good job of it if you're messing around with things. I didn't hang around nobody that even smoked.
All right.
But yet and still, I ended up with something wrong with my lungs. I had lung surgery, but you know, God healed me. After he began to seek, Jesus came by and he said, looked up. He had to be high up somewhere because Jesus looked up. He said, make haste and come down. It's time that I abide at yours. Jesus is telling a lot of us to make haste. It's time that I abide in yours. It's time for you to know me. Really get to know me. Not just for my miracles, but to know what I have for you. What I can do for you to change your life. And don't you know when you do the will of God, in other words, when you respond to what God has said, don't you know that your life changed? It can't help but to change. Because God's word will not go out and come back forth. it will accomplish that what he has set it out for. Here, after that, and you know you always got haters. You always got somebody who wants to discourage you.
Yeah.
You always have somebody there that's going to be negative about anything.
All right.
If a person can spend time with Jesus, what's wrong with that? If somebody can talk about Jesus, what's wrong with that? If it's going to make your life better, if it's going to make the surrounding better, don't you want that? Wouldn't you want that for yourself? Wouldn't you want that for your environment? Wouldn't you want that for your community?
Well,
We got to know Jesus.
yes, well.
He is the answer. The only answer for it today. There's so much stuff that is going on outside. The other day, a well-known man in Decatur, we called him Mr. Graham, and ever since that I knew him, he's been working with youth. And I'm not just talking about the boys club, but I'm talking about he picking kids up, taking them in his house, and feeding them and clothing them, and taking them home, working with the parents and doing this. And he's like 70 years old now. And the other day, 10 young men jumped him and shot him. A man that's doing good. Why? But this devil do not like anything that God has anything to do. He would destroy you.
Yeah.
He would take you out if God would let him.
My Lord Jesus.
So many things have happened to us. But yet and still, God keeps his hand over us. He keeps his hands around us. When my son first left outside the house, that was first, I can say this, it's the first time in my life I ever allowed him to see me cry. I'm talking about tears because he was away from my protection. And I knew that he wasn't really ready.
All right.
But God told me this and said, let him go. I got it. And that's one of the hardest things to do is let your loved one go.
All right.
And you know they're not really ready to.
Well,
But God said, I got it.
I got it.
And so many different things that come up that he should have been shot. And I'm seriously, I'm talking about when the bullet shot stuff. Just because of where he was at. Trying to do somebody else a favor. But just because of where he was at,
I know.
people pull guns out on him.
My Lord.
But God had it. Get to know Jesus. Get to know Jesus.
Yes, sir.
This is a serious thing.
Yeah.
We need Jesus at all times. We cannot make it without him.
So true.
As Zacchaeus, it was a more personal thing. God had, Jesus made it personal because he called him by his name.
Well,
Yes, we did.
He wants a personal relationship with everybody in him. He wants to know you, not like Elder Boots. He don't want to know you like Elder Jacobs.
well.
He want to know you just like you.
Yes, sir. Amen.
Because you are so different from me.
All right.
And I'm so different from you. You different from Pastor. But how is it that we all need the same thing from him? But yet and still he got it so it fit me. And yet it fit you too.
All right.
He made this thing personal because I say that when he made this thing personal, he has no respect of person.
Well,
Because some people think that I can't speak with. I don't look the right look.
All right now.
I'm too short, I'm too tall, I'm too skinny, I'm too overweight, I'm too light, I'm too dark, my hair ain't this, and all of these excuses that you can come up with. But God said, I still love you. I still want you. And wherever you at, that's where I meet you at. This is why he said, your house. This is why he said, your house, because your house is different from my house.
All right. Yeah.
So many of us compare ourselves to other things.
I know Jesus.
I can't preach, I can't talk, I can't do this. But God wants to see what you're going to do with what he has given you. God wants to see how you're going to praise me with what you got. Because your praise ain't going to be like my praise. We all have to understand that God is desiring a relationship with us. Because he wants to straighten some things out in your life. Because he wants to walk with you. He wants to abide with you. Because he knows the plans that he has for your life.
All right.
An expected end.
Yeah.
And that end is glorious. It's not to harm. It's not to be something that you shouldn't be. He don't want you to end up a bum. He don't want you to end up a player. He don't want you to end up all like that. But you've got an expected end where you can walk and hold your head up. How you can function on this side, but yet still you don't make it on the other side. Because we're not going to stay on this side. We got another land that we're going to. This is the purpose of all of this. Is that God is trying to get us from one place to another place. Because this is not our home right here. And all the things that are happening over here is going to dissolve away. But if we keep the faith, if we keep going forward, if we keep our hands in his hand, if we keep following his instructions, if we keep living for him and living like he says, because you know we can't make it on our own. We ask this question Tuesday, do we have the fruit of the Spirit? All fruit of the Spirit. Yes, we do. We have it all. If you are filled with the Holy Ghost. We have it all. But how do we operate in this thing? If we are short on one thing, we need help. We can't do this thing without God. One of our biggest things is unforgiveness. How can I forgive my enemy? How can I forgive somebody that hurt me? Not just one time, but continuously hurt me. That keeps stepping on me. That keep talking about me. And don't care. How can I forgive somebody like that? God got a plan. God will strengthen me. We can't do this thing. As I said before, we don't have the luxury of fighting like the world. We got to fight with love when they fight with hate. We got to fight with forgiveness when they fight with unforgiveness. We got to fight with prayer when they want to talk about you. We have to do a lot of things because of who we are and what we are and who we belong to. We have to understand that God wants to abide with us. But if he's going to abide with us, there's things that we have to straighten out. If we're going to straighten those things out, we must know Jesus. Amen.